Welcome to this Inside Lowell Sports podcast. My name is Leanna Puccio, and today we're going to be speaking with Elsa Skinner, junior defenseman of UMass Lowell women's lacrosse. I guess we'll start with like a kind of background about yourself and what you do. I know you play lacrosse, but
Yeah, so I'm from Annapolis, Maryland originally, and I play lacrosse here at UMass Lowell. This is my second year here. I'm a junior captain on the team. I spent my first year at Anne Arundel Community College in Maryland, and I played lacrosse there the spring year. So I was part of like the JUCO world, and then I transferred after my freshman year, and then I kind of got started. So it was a big jump from like the JUCO level to the D1 level. And then here at UMass Lowell now, I'm a history major. And then I also have a business minor as well. So
nice.
that's kind of just like my general background and how I ended up here.
Awesome. Why did you specifically choose UMass Lowell? Were there any like benefits to it? Did you like the lacrosse team community? Did you like the Lowell community, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. Like, so when I came up here on my visit, I really enjoyed being like in Lowell. I've always loved history. That's what I did my freshman year as a major. So coming here was really cool to be like in a historic place where I'm from is also very historic. So it kind of reminded me of home in that aspect, which I always loved. And then I always knew that I wanted to play lacrosse at a higher level. Uh, I'm really grateful for my experience at my community college, and it really gave me a really great like foundation and all of that. But I just really wanted like the more intense hours, the higher level of competition, higher level of play, all of that. So that was definitely something I was looking for, like through my recruiting process, in high school and then as well when I transferred. And then I mean, Lowell is just like academically also offers a lot. It was since they are used to transfer students, I wasn't worried about my transferring process and like how my credits would be, and then if Lowell would be a good fit for me, just because I am coming in a year late. So that was also super reassuring. And when I got accepted, like the history department had reached out to me and helped me with my schedule. So in that sense, Lowell was like a really great fit because there are so many transfer students. And then yeah, like lacrosse, it was awesome. The coaches were really welcoming. As far as like the coaches like expectations for the program and the things that they wanted to accomplish really also aligned with what I was looking for in a program. So it was a really good fit all around.
Awesome. Before we jump more into like your sport and etc. things like that, I was just curious what your favorite part of Lowell was because you're so fond of history.
Yeah, so I'm from Maryland, so we typically like don't learn about it like super in depth. Um, since like there is so much to already like focus on in Maryland, so that I kind of came here and I didn't really know much of like the history of like the Mill City and how it kind of like revolutionized all of that. So it was really cool coming here and then seeing like the buildings, like the architecture was a huge thing. I was like, oh my goodness, there's all these giant brick buildings that where I'm from, like we don't really have like these mill buildings, and then now they're repurposed as dorms and businesses and apartments and all of those sorts of things. So I really loved that. And then I loved how like the Merrimack River was also a big part of that. So and then like just learning about like the girls and their daily life and all that. So I really enjoyed like a new perspective of history.
Awesome. So jumping more into lacrosse, what has been your favorite part of the season?
So we're going to the playoffs, which our conference tournament. So that's obviously been like a huge highlight for this year. It's the first time in program history that we've done that. So that's super exciting. Everybody's really, really pumped for that. And it feels really good to like work for something all year. And then it's kind of like at our fingertips now. So we're super excited about that. And that's definitely been like a highlight. And just, we went 0-6 in our conference last year, and then we went 3-3, and now we have an opportunity of winning the entire thing. So that's definitely been like a highlight, and everybody's really excited about it.
Awesome. Are there any other highlights that were important this season?
I mean, yeah, everybody's been really involved this season. We just had like our Rowdies Awards for the student athletes, and we had two members on the team win awards. Caroline Klim won two. And she won the Unsung Award and then the Vinci Award, which are two awards that are really close to like our team's heart and like really close to the student athletes. Um, like what we like we try to give back to the community. So those were huge two awards. And then we had a freshman that got honored with Rookie of the Year for the women's side, and she wins like Rookie of the Week for America East all the time. And then our other rookies have done really well. So that's been like a huge thing. Like we have 2 5th years that kind of like anchor us and keep us going, and like they've kind of built the program essentially. And then now we have these rookies that are coming in, and the underclassmen are really buying into the whole thing that they've built and like are continuing to build. So it's been really exciting, like having our program make a jump this year.
Awesome. Are you hoping to take on like that leadership role next year and kind of change the team atmosphere and move it forward?
Yeah, definitely. So this year I'm a captain with 4 other girls, and all 4 of them are leaving. So there's definitely going to be like a huge leadership position to fill. So I'm really grateful for my experience this year with the 4 of them. I've learned a lot from them. And then I've also learned a lot from the other seniors that aren't like in a captain role. They still have really great leadership presence on the team. So I've definitely learned a lot, and I'm really excited to like use what I've learned this year from them and then also from the team and continue to do that next year. And it's definitely going to be like an adjustment for me personally, but I know that like the girls in my grade and the upperclassmen next year will also be really great leaders.
hmm What are what are a couple of things that you've learned and from them and then that you're gonna like take on into your leadership role next year, if that makes sense? Like kind of lessons that you've learned from them.
Yeah, definitely. So like a big thing for our program is like being competitive, and everybody kind of brings like a different leadership style to the team. And so you have to kind of balance like being competitive and like coming to practice every single day and like trying to bring out the best in people. And people do that in different ways, and people have different leadership styles. So it kind of just like the way that they handle situations and things like that. So we have some girls on the team that are like very outspoken and like they bring a lot of energy, but then we also have girls that kind of work like behind the scenes, and they really value like one-on-one relationships, and they're the ones checking up on you after practice and like things like that. So I've definitely learned like how different like leadership styles and like different examples can like be used in different situations. So some people, in the moment they need you yelling at them and them supporting you and you giving them corrections and things like that. But then other girls need you to check up on them after practice. They need you to send you a text every once in a while, be like, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? So I think definitely learning from the different like leadership styles is going to be a big thing, because, we have girls coming in who are freshmen and you don't really know them that well, and it's a really big adjustment for them. So getting to like learn people and getting to like know what leadership style people are responsive to is huge.
Mhm. So you guys are playing Albany on Friday.
Yeah.
So what are you looking to? You're obviously looking to win, but like what else are you looking to do in that game?
Yeah, so we lost to them like just recently. So obviously that's like we want to win, but then even more so it's like we kind of want to like revenge that loss. We like approach every single game with like a competitive attitude. We want to compete. We want to continue to grow our program, and that's just like that's always the goal. And the goal obviously is to win the tournament and then the conference tournament and then go to the NCAAs. And Albany is just like a step in that. But as far as like everybody in our conference is really great competition, and nobody like has a guaranteed win. Like every single game, it's just whoever's going to play their best that day and whoever's going to be prepped the best that day. So we've definitely like focused a lot on like making sure that we're prepared for them and not taking it as like a light game, because I mean, it's just really not. So we're
Yeah,
definitely ready to like compete and win. Yeah.
awesome. Is the team atmosphere would you say is it different during playoff time or is it kind of the same all throughout the season?
I would definitely say it's the same in the sense that like we are like a super competitive bunch. Like obviously we want to be winning, and we're working hard all year. Like our fall is really intense, and is in season. So that has kind of like always been the same. Like the level of like intensity has definitely not like ramped up because it's playoffs. Like we've taken everybody serious all year. But as far as like this, like the attitude shift, like everybody's really, really excited. Like we're super excited to have the opportunity to go to playoffs. We're really excited that we've earned the spot. And like just like I said, that all that hard work is paid off. And this is like what we've been preparing for, and this is the position that we've wanted to be in all year. So we're really excited that we are now in this position, and we're really excited to like take the opportunity and go with it and win and do like the ultimate goal. So yeah, everybody is really excited, and you can kind of tell that like everybody's getting like angsty, we're ready to go. Like
Definitely. Not to jump ahead, but for next year, are you looking to kind of keep the same energy up, or are you hoping to like improve anything throughout the team?
yeah, so we have like a team meeting every single year that we go over like our team values, like goals for the program, um, like why we set our team values, things like that. So that's always going to be the same for us. Like we always really do value competitiveness, respect, effort, all of those sorts of things. And I mean, we've been really blessed with like a really great team culture. And that's something that, like I said, the fifth years and the girls that graduated last year have built. So that's something that we always are really mindful of and we continue to like keep. And I mean, it's hard to keep good culture and then also have like a really competitive lacrosse aspect. Like it's hard to manage both, but thankfully we've been able to do that. And that's something that like our coaches really value. It's something as a team we really value. So for next year, that's something we definitely want to like keep up with. We need like good team culture is not something that just like happens. It's you have to in a leadership role, and then also even when you're not, you have to be feeding into it and you have to be buying into the collective team culture, whatever it is for that program or that team. So for us having like a set standard and expectations is really big, and we'll go over that in the fall with like the new girls when they come in. And then as far as lacrosse goes, like we have a standard and we have an expectation of how we want to be playing and practicing all of those things, and like even in the summer and the winter when we're on our own and working out. And we like yeah, we're just going to keep going with that standard and expectations. We're never going to like
Mhm.
let up on those things. So definitely like we've been heading in the right direction, and now you can see it in our record and making playoffs. And so we're definitely not going to like let up. This is like where we want to be going. So we're just going to keep going.
Awesome. To kind of backtrack and I guess not talk about lacrosse anymore. What are your
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite spots in Lowell, or like do you have any favorite restaurants, any like fun things you like to do with teammates, without teammates?
Yeah. Definitely like a lot of like my social life is with my teammates and with the girls that are on the lacrosse team. I live with a couple girls that like are no longer on the team. So, but like as far as like socially, it's like we're really involved and we hang out with like a lot of the other girls on the other teams and things like that. But as far as like Lowell goes, we love kind of like staying locally just because that's like what we have time for. And um but yeah, we would definitely like going out to eat. Like one of our favorite thing was going to the farmers market at like mill number 5, that sort of thing. Like on the weekends when you can kind of be outside when the weather's nice. It's something that we like really want to do. So definitely like the farmers market's always a lot of fun. The theater, we have like a team party every year there, which is always like a lot of fun. And then as far as restaurants go, we always like we always want our sweet treat and things like that. So we always try to find new places to do that. And like whether it's downtown Lowell or even if we're just going to like Crumble Cookie, like a couple of my good friends, like they have to go every week and try the new flavors. So definitely like food is a huge thing. And then the Riverwalk obviously is amazing. Like it's so nice to be able to walk up and down the Riverwalk on like a beautiful day, especially now that the weather's changing.
Mhm.
And like when you have the free time, it's nice to be outside and just be by the water and relax.
Definitely. Are there any other goals for you personally or lacrosse wise for next year? Are you planning on graduating? You planning on doing a fifth year, things like that?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing a fifth year. So when I transferred last year as my first year, I redshirted for the season. So I essentially like I didn't play last year at all so that I could take my fifth year. Um, and I am a history major and I'm gonna graduate with a history major and a business minor and all of that. And then my fifth year, I plan on doing my MBA. So I have another year of undergrad, and then I'll do my 5th year where I'll get my graduate degree. And I'm a little bit ahead in school, so thankfully I'll be able to get my MBA by like the time I'm done playing lacrosse, which is really nice. I won't have to like take another semester or anything like that. So like personally, that's where I am kind of with academics, and then lacrosse wise, I just want to keep like performing well and keep getting on the field and doing what I need to be doing like for my team. Defensively, it's kind of like hard to sometimes measure success. Like obviously there's cause turnovers and those sorts of things, but I'm not like scoring any goals or having any assists or draw controls or anything like that. So statistically, I don't have any set goals. But I really do enjoy just like being part of a unit on the field and like trusting them and them trusting me, and communication's a big thing. So working on that is always good, and like you want your chemistry and relationships to be like to be good so that it translate onto the team. So that's something always I really enjoy. So I'm really excited for next year, like having the new girls come in and getting to know them and then getting to know them on the field and things like that. So I'm excited for that sort of like next year lacrosse wise.
Awesome. I think this will be the last question, but do you have any long-term goals, like in terms of like a future job or anything like that? And how will your like what you're learning in lacrosse or what you're learning at UMass Lowell kind of tie into that?
Yeah. So my experience like as a student athlete at UMass Lowell is going to carry me a long way in my career goals. Like, you learn like time management, like how to work with others. You are really good at like receiving feedback and then applying it, which is something that like sometimes like people can struggle with. So I'm really grateful to be able to have like a coach tell me something that I need to do, and then I can apply it. And I've definitely noticed that like in school, and then even when I'm at home during the summer working my jobs, like it's really beneficial. Like I can take feedback well. So that's something that like I know I'll be able to handle as I grow in my career. And as far as like specific jobs, I don't really have anything that like I specifically want to do. I have the the nice thing is I'll have like a history major which can do one thing, and then I'll have an MBA which can do like a whole other thing. So I love to stay like in the history realm, but just more in like the business side of it, whether it's like marketing or if I'm working like with a museum that's like a nonprofit, then I can work in like that sort of things and like the fundraising side of things and all of that. Um, but yeah, so I know that like everything I'm doing like in lacrosse, it makes me tough and it makes me a really like well-rounded person, and I'm learning so much, and I know that it's gonna like carry over, whether it's like for the actual job or even if it's just like work-life balance and working well with people that you don't have anything in common with, or because we have girls that come from like one side of the US, and then or there's girls from Canada and all those sorts of things. So kind of makes you see the beauty in like these random people coming here to accomplish one thing, which is
Mhm.
the same for a job as well.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Elsa, for joining us. My name is Leanna Puccio, and this has been an Inside Lowell Sports Podcast.